goodness. Okay. Let me step away real quick. My hair is looking a hot mess. All righty. Okay. I had to step away quickly because I'm still, even after doing all of this, and still not right. My hair is still not doing what it needs to do. But anyway, I'm just not used to this reverse mirror thing on YouTube. And so that's really, so when I started messing with my hair, then I really messed with it. And then I just have to step away and go to an actual real mirror. So, and anyway, so, but welcome. Welcome to Write With Me. I'm Danita Jones and happy Friday. Hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas. If you celebrate, I hope it was wonderful. And today is the day after, so I guess people will be going out there returning gifts and or doing it online or whatever people do these days. It's so different from how everything used to be with doing Christmas shopping and so forth. But anyway, but welcome. And this is your productivity hour. We will do 2 25-minute sprints and with a 5 to 10 minute break in between. I'm continuing my research on Peter Crosby. And a link about Peter is in his bio is in the description. I was asked to write his bio for enslaved.org. So please check that out. He was a sheriff, a Black sheriff in Vicksburg, Mississippi. He was elected in 1873. And on my last session here, I discovered that there were so many more Black sheriffs, especially, well, in Mississippi. And so one of the things that I wrote about on my latest Substack was that the fact that there was William Harney, who was in Hinds County. Let's see, okay, but my computer is back up and running. That was also a delay this morning. My computer was acting up, but let's see here. And it's still being pretty slow. Okay, here we go. So yes, William Harney, he was a sheriff and oh, welcome Sparkle and Star. Welcome. And so just doing a little recap of what I had found on my research last session. Sure. My book is about, or a book series, it's about Peter Crosby and the Vicksburg Massacre. And there's a bio about Peter in the description here. I was asked to write his bio for enslaved.org, which is led by Stephen Niven and Henry Louis Gates Jr., if you know him from Find Your Roots. So Peter Crosby, he was a sheriff in the Reconstruction era. He was elected sheriff in 1873 in Vicksburg, Mississippi. And as a result of the election, you know, many times, especially during that time, white supremacists did not want Black people in power. And so they forced him, a mob of over 600 people, armed 600 people, forced him out of office. And then Peter Crosby, he went to the Governor Ames, and he said, you know, what happened? He was forced out of office. Governor Ames said that, hey, this is, you know, you're rightfully elected. Go back and get your office seat. And so Peter put in a proclamation in the newspaper stating what had happened. And so he asked people to come together and to help support him get back in office. And so he did that, and that was December 7th of 1874. And when he did that, the white supremacists in town, they basically stopped a lot of the Black people and killed a lot of Black people, hence the massacre, because they felt threatened and they thought the Black people that are coming into town that they weren't, that they thought that they were a threat. They didn't think they or believe that they were just coming to support Peter. But yeah, but it actually went on for a number of weeks. And so I am doing the I'm going through the congressional hearings that they did post the massacre. So I'm going through all the testimonies. He said, ooh, sounds cool and sad. The poor people, yeah. And it was just, yeah, it was really horrible. And it wasn't the only massacre. There were so many in the United States in the 1800s and early 1900s as well. And if you go on my Substack, you'll see I have I think I've posted it a few times in a couple of my articles, like a map of the various massacres that happened. And so what I was just mentioning at the top of this was that there were more sheriffs in town, or what I had discovered. Oh, great. Yeah, great. I do too. I love historical books. And when I found about, Peter's story, as my family is originally from Mississippi, I'm from Chicago, live in Southern California now. But I was so fascinated, and especially since my family is from there. And when I was researching on Wednesday, I came across a section that talked about a sheriff that was in Hinds County, and that's where my family is from, in Hinds County. And so I didn't realize that there was a Black sheriff there, because if I had to realize that, I probably would have started my story there. But I love the fact that. That I found this out now. And then also Senator Bruce, who was also a Black man. Before he became senator, he was a sheriff in his county. And so in the testimonies that I was reading on Wednesday, it listed a lot of the people who were on Peter Crosby's bond, because as a sheriff at that time, you're also a tax collector. And so you have to have these surety bonds, basically to prove the value that you can cover or be able to collect taxes. And so the sheriff of Hinds County, William Harney, and the sheriff of Bolivar, I think that's how you pronounce it, who ended up being Senator Bruce, but he was Sheriff Bruce at that time. They were listed on his bond. And so when I found that out, I was like, oh my goodness, that's so great. And I could just see creating scenes with them, and just know that there were these three Black sheriffs in the 1800s at the same time. But there were, in my Substack article that I released on Wednesday, there were so many more Black sheriffs in the 1800s during this time in Reconstruction, and that was just really great and fascinating. And so let's see. Oh, I don't if this will help, but maybe search from Indian incidents. There are a lot of historical stuff that may be inspiring, like dark events and stuff. Thank you. I will take a look into that. Thank you. And so now it is 6:39 Pacific Standard Time, and let's get right into our first sprint. So, what are you working? Are you still you're work? I know. Remember now, Sparkle, you are writing your first book, and so you're probably in your outlining stages right now. So let's get going. All right, time for our break. So let's see. Sparkle, you said you're working on a little book. I'm more of a fantasy action person. I love world building, cool, and fights. But nowadays I don't get time because of school. Okay. And are you still here? I don't see any people in here right now. Um, but that's cool. I've read some fiction, I mean fantasy, and I like, okay, you're still there. Okay, cool. I wonder why it's not showing me that you're here though. That's interesting. That's good to know. I'm still, I mean, I've been doing this Right With Me on YouTube just since the summer. And so I'm still learning like about when it shows like there's people, it lets you know how many people are here. But right now it says that no one is here. So, but you are here. So that's interesting. I wonder how many times it has done that. And people have been here and I just didn't know. So, how's it going? How's your writing going? So, you can see it under live chat. Yeah. So, okay. So now it shows now that you're here. That's it. Okay. Anyway, but how's your writing going this morning? How are you doing? And you say you're in school. Um, are you in, good, good. So, what level are you? Are you in college? Are you in grad? Or are you even younger? You're in high school. Okay. Oh, cool. Well, welcome. Glad that you're here and you're writing. And so you're on break right now. Then I would suppose Christmas break or holiday break. So like 11th grade. Okay, well, great. Awesome. Very cool. Boy, I remember those days. It was a long time ago. But it's so exciting that you're writing, taking time to write, even though you're so young and you're getting right, working on your own book. They have exams right after. Yeah. I hear you on that. So cool. Well, I'm so excited that you're here and really that you're working on a book. I didn't start my writing journey until, well, actually, I was in college as I took courses in writing in college. I writing for television and for feature films, and so screenwriting. Um, and then after that, my career pretty much launched. But I did start writing in the eighth grade, but like looking back at it, I cringe sometimes. I hear you, and I really have been writing all my life, journaling and so forth. And I didn't feel like I was a great communicator verbally, but I was great at writing. And so many times I would just write just to get, things out. And I had stopped it and picked it up again in the 10th. Okay, well, great, awesome. And so, but as far as like taking on a project like writing a book, I did not do that until I was well into my adulthood. But I had written many scripts, like from college onto the me getting hired as a writer in television. And so, but cool. If you have any questions, we have 1 minute before you say I did write for my school magazine. Okay, great, awesome. That's great. So we have 1 minute, about a little under a minute left before we get back into our next sprint. And so yeah, again, it bounced out saying that there's no one here, but you're still here. That is really peculiar. So very interesting. So no question. This time working on my story. Okay, great. Well, we can go ahead and the timer will hit right on the 25 um, minutes and 24 seconds. So let's get right back into it. Oh, and I just mentioned this real quick. I'm now in a different testimony. I'm in Murray Thomas, and I just finished Lucinda Mitchell, and they're talking about the person that was killed at Murray Thomas's house, and Lucinda had witnessed it. So, um, so I'm just in Murray's testimony now. All right. That's another person. Oh, that went by fast. All right. And that is time. Let's see. So no questions. Okay. You can see under video description. Okay. And which in my view, I can't see it actually. That is under the descriptions. Let's see, like viewers count. Okay. Yeah. In the way this how you see it from this side of the live, I don't even see the actual description or anything like that. I just see my screen and there's a little live thing at the top and then a little symbol of how many people are here and then the likes, but that's about it. But how did you do in that last sprint, Sparkle? And for me, I'm still working my way through Murray Thomas's testimony. He's giving more details about what happened at the shooting at his house, and he even named someone that he knows the voice of. Because in the previous testimony with Lucinda, she didn't recognize anyone, but he actually did. And Murray too used to be in the army, and I got information about another captain I had always heard about. There's this one other colonel that they always mentioned as far as the one of the colonels in the for the black troops, or what they call the colored troops. But this is a new colonel that I haven't heard of before, George M. Zigley. So I need to dive into that as well. So, but I don't know if you are still here, Sparkle. I haven't seen you in the chat in a minute. So I'm going to wrap it up. Hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. I will be right back here on Monday at 6:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And yeah, just have a wonderful weekend. And if you're here in Southern California, stay safe. It's still raining. Today's supposed to be the last day of the rain for this storm that we're going through right now. But it's supposed to rain again later next week. So, which is, we always need rain. So I'm not mad at that. Have a wonderful day again and have a wonderful weekend. Take care.